Hello, beautiful souls. This is Elena. I have been thinking about conflict for the past few days, specifically conflict within the wellness world or the self-development field. Um, it's become kind of popular among some people in the past year or so to really push away the New Age ideas and say things like, oh, the New Agers, they don't know what they're talking about. Some common themes are like they focus too much on the positive. They're really not grounded. They're too woo-woo. And they're not paying attention to what's actually happening inside and the difficult things. And I think that's a valid it's a valid division to be making. I think it's a valid distinction. It's a valid criticism to have. Um, and I think division and conflict and criticism can all be useful. I think we're all unique individual people, for instance, and it's my experiences and beliefs are going to be different from yours, and it's useful to have a division there, like these are mine, those are yours. This is what makes me me. That's what makes you you. And sometimes they're going to conflict. They're not going to go together, and that's okay too. I think we can deal with division and conflict in a way that helps both of us grow. Like I can use it to understand more about me and more about you, or I can use it to create a wall between us and push you away and even dive into that, I'm afraid um, ah, of you because you're different than me. So we can do that. And I feel like that the latter is what's been happening. At least that's how I react when I hear people saying like, oh, this new age stuff is bad. And I'm thinking like, what's the point of that? Like, it's pretty easy to criticize and push away. I think it's um, more challenging and perhaps more interesting to think about, all right, what do I know about this and what can I use and how can I take what's good and use it to help me? And so that was my aha moment is just, all right, so what if I think about this as instead of a conflict and a division that's pushing one aspect of wellness away, the whole new age ideas, instead I think of it as an evolution. And I think that's a really easy mental shift to make because that's all, but we're doing it anyway. And we've been doing that for a long time. I think, we take our beautiful vision boards and our manifesting and our really, all these things the New Age movement has popularized of like, what do I want? What are the beautiful things I want in myself, in my world? What do I want to create? Really embodying them, bringing them into ourselves as deeply as and clearly as possible, emotionally, with all of our senses and all that stuff. I think those things are really beautiful and really helpful. And as creative beings, they're amazing tools for creating beauty. And yay. And then I think, okay, so there's that aspect. And then what's missing from that, or what we're learning to add to that, is things like the work of Brene Brown, who studies shame and vulnerability. And as she says, what gets in the way? So, if I'm looking at this stuff and I'm wanting to be more successful, for instance, well, what's getting in the way of my success, right? And am I scared of being successful? Am I ashamed of myself and I'm afraid if people see me, they won't like me, so I'm hiding, so I'm not doing this because of this. Another beautiful set of work that my husband introduced to me recently is Mark Manson. He wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Um, and he talks about the struggles. All right, so if I want to be more successful, what am I going to have to put into that? What's the struggle that goes along with that? Am I going to have to work harder or work more hours? And am I willing to do that? I'm going to have to deal with fame. Do I want to deal with that? So, I think there's these beautiful things that we can add on, right? So it's the evolution of it. Um, and that's just a really simple way to think about, instead of just throwing the baby out with the bathwater, it's just looking at what we're already doing, which is evolving these things. So basically, all I'm saying to you is What I've been finding useful lately is, yes, do my vision boards, do my manifesting, embodying, and all that stuff. And then also looking at, and what's getting in the way of that? And are these the kind of struggles I want? And if not, how can I change them? And then, of course, all the things after that of adjusting myself or not, or those kinds of things. So, hope that helps. Enjoy manifesting and evolving and all of the beautiful things that you do. Have a beautiful, beautiful week and see you next time. Bye.